Roni Josua Simanjuntak was a 20-year-old university student from North Sumatra, Indonesia. Like many young people, Roni loved adventure and capturing life's moments on camera. On October 13, 2024, he joined a group of 15 friends on a trip to Kedung Tumpang Beach in East Java. Known for its stunning natural rock pools, dramatic cliffs, and pristine waters, Kedung Tumpang Beach is one of the most picturesque yet dangerous coastal destinations in Indonesia. For Roni and his friends, the trip was meant to be a day of exploration and fun. The beach's unique rock formations and turquoise waters are a favorite backdrop for photography, drawing tourists eager to capture its beauty. But beneath its serene surface lies a darker truth. Kedung Tumpang Beach is infamous for its unpredictable waves and deadly undertow, especially during high tide. The group arrived at the beach in high spirits, marveling at the scenery. They wandered the rocky shoreline, laughing and snapping photos. As they ventured closer to the water, the roar of the waves grew louder. For many, this sound might serve as a warning, but for Roni, it was an invitation. He wanted to capture the perfect shot, a dramatic photo of himself standing against the crashing waves. With his friends standing at a safer distance, Roni climbed onto a craggy outcrop near the edge of the water. The rocks were jagged and wet, but he moved confidently, smiling as the waves swirled behind him. His friends began filming him, cheering and joking. The mood was lighthearted, and none of them realized how quickly things were about to take a dark turn. Suddenly, a massive wave surged toward the shore. Unlike the smaller waves that had been lapping at the rocks, this one was enormous, an unpredictable force driven by the ocean's powerful currents. The wave engulfed the outcrop, slamming into Roni with a force that knocked him off his feet. In an instant, he was swept into the churning waters. At first, his friends thought it was a joke. They laughed nervously, expecting him to reappear and swim back to the rocks. But as the seconds turned into minutes, their laughter turned to panic. Roni was nowhere to be seen. The ocean, restless and relentless, had pulled him into its depths. The phenomenon that claimed Roni's life is not uncommon in coastal areas like Kedung Tumpang Beach. Known as rogue waves or sneaker waves, these surges of water can appear without warning, far larger and more powerful than the surrounding waves. They are caused by the convergence of different wave systems, creating a sudden and dangerous swell. Victims of these waves are often caught off guard, pulled into the sea with incredible force. Once in the water, the situation becomes even more perilous. The waves create a powerful undertow that drags swimmers away from the shore, while the churning water makes it nearly impossible to stay afloat. For those unfamiliar with ocean currents, the experience is disorienting and terrifying. In Roni's case, the wave likely struck with such force that he was unable to catch his breath before being submerged. Once in the water, the strong currents and turbulence would have made it nearly impossible for him to resurface. Panic, exhaustion, and the cold water would have quickly overwhelmed him. When it became clear that Roni was missing, his friends immediately called for help. Local authorities launched a search and rescue operation, deploying teams to scour the coastline and surrounding waters. However, the conditions were far from ideal. High waves, some reaching heights of up to 14 feet, hampered their efforts. The search continued for days, with hopes fading as time went on. On October 18, 5 days after Roni was swept away, a fisherman spotted a body floating face down in the water near Karang Payung Beach, approximately 14 miles from Kedung Tumpang Beach. The body was retrieved and identified as Roni Josua Simanjuntak based on his physical features. His remains were taken to RSUD Dr. Iskak Tulungagung Hospital for further examination. For his family and friends, the discovery brought a sense of closure, but also immense grief. Roni had been full of life, a young man with dreams and a bright future. His death was a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers of nature. Roni's tragic story is not an isolated incident. Kedung Tumpang Beach has a history of similar accidents, where tourists have been swept away by rogue waves while taking photos near the water. In 2016, two young men, Aris and Imam, were also pulled into the sea and lost their lives at the same location. These recurring incidents highlight the need for greater awareness and caution when visiting such dangerous areas. For many, the allure of capturing the perfect photo often outweighs the perceived risks. But as Roni's story shows, nature is indifferent to human desires. The ocean's power is vast and unpredictable, and even a moment of carelessness can have fatal consequences. Roni's death is a sobering reminder of the importance of respecting natural forces. For adventurers, photographers, and anyone drawn to the beauty of the wild, it's crucial to prioritize safety over aesthetics. Beaches like Kedung Tumpang are stunning, but they are also dangerous, and visitors must exercise caution when venturing near the water. Simple precautions, such as staying a safe distance from the waves, understanding tide patterns, and heeding local warnings, can save lives. And for those who witness someone swept away, knowing how to respond by calling for help and avoiding putting themselves in danger is equally important. If this story moved you, subscribe to Outdoor Tragedies. We bring you the true stories of survival, loss, and the lessons learned from nature's raw power. Stay informed, stay cautious, and always respect the wild.